Hello my beautiful people, my name is Marina and welcome to my Holiday Addict channel. And today I'm on holiday again, and this time I'm in Warsaw. So let's go with me and explore the city. I'm in Poland now. There are few ways to get out of the airport. Its first one is take a bus, cost you about 30 zlotys, it's about 5 zlotys to a pound, and it's so £6. You can take a taxi, but taxi is quite expensive. But what I decided to do this time, because obviously I originally supposed to come here with my daughter, not on my own, I thought the easiest way will be to rent a car. The car for 3 days actually only cost me £15, which is a lot cheaper than take a taxi. By the way, the cheapest taxi if you take Bolt or any other app will be about 130 zlotys. And from our airport, the ones which waiting outside, 140 or 160, depends where exactly you go. But I'm here and this is my car. I got free upgrade. I have a bigger car. I booked a very mini. But first thing, before you pick up a car, you do anything, go around the car, film it, take as many pictures as you can, make sure there is no scratches, no dents, because if you don't record it, they will tell that you did it. So make sure, because all your videos and all your photos are date and time stamped. So if anything happened, you can prove that they already were there beforehand. So this is what I'm going to do now. Well, I'm ready to go. Car looks like in a perfect condition. It's really hot. Very hot, a lot hotter than in England. I knew it's going to be warm, but obviously we're in London, it feels a lot hotter than in Weymouth by the sea. Let's go to Warsaw and park this car in the hotel. My hotel will come with car park, and start exploring Warsaw. The best place to start explore Warsaw is of course Old Town. Stare Miasto is a UNESCO World Heritage Site reconstructed meticulously after being destroyed in World War II. Walking through its streets, it's like traveling back in time. The colorful townhouses, royal castle, medieval walls are stunning, and it makes you think that back in the day they didn't just build the houses, they created a masterpieces. Don't only walk the main street of Old Town. Town is very safe, so you can choose any little back alleys in the street, because if you do, you can have a sneak peek into the people's back gardens and houses, and look how beautiful inside. According to my tour guide, Old Town is great for having a coffee, having a lunch, walk around, but it's not great for a nightlife. All the nightlife going on in a different place. I will show you later where it is, because most of the people who do live in Old Town are the older people and the family with kids. So normally after 10 o'clock, maybe 11, everything here shut, everything quiet, and they don't really allow very loud music. The walls of this fort are more impressive by the historical meaning and the present appearance, while not much is left from original walls. You cannot see Warsaw without seeing Barbican and nice stroll past the walls. Views are very lovely from there. the reason why all these buildings are so narrow, because there was a tax on how wide and how many windows do you have. So obviously everybody tried to make it smaller and windows smaller. The only white house with a lot of windows is this one right behind me, because this is a parish of the cathedral, and some people from a council town hall was living here, so you can understand they're not really was into paying taxes. So this is why the big one, and the rest of them is quite tiny small houses like those ones, very narrow with not a lot of windows. This is a wishing well. You need to touch it, go 3 times around it, make your wish, and hope that your wish will come true. I've done it. See if it's true. I will let you know later. instrumental in the post-war reconstruction of Warsaw, as they provide detailed description of the city. If I did not know that all that was built between 71 and 1984, I did not even think that this is not the old castle. Great restoration and great old charm complete with atmosphere. When I was in Vilnius, the castle there was also rebuilt in the 90s, but it didn't have any feel of the time. It was like looking around a recreational center, but not here. Well done to everyone who was involved in this project. I just visited Royal Palace. It was quite nice. It's quite small inside, but the good thing, I visited it for free because today is Wednesday. I did pay 10 zlotys for the audio guide because it's nice to know what you're looking at. It's quite small, but you can spend there from an hour up to half a day. Depends how much you're into history or paintings, because there's a lot of lovely paintings there and very famous ones as well. But what's good thing about Warsaw? You can visit dozens of museums for free, depends on which day of the week you visit. I will leave a link in description to the website when you can find out when and which museums you can visit free of charge. Behind me is a St. Anne's Church. It doesn't look like much from outside, but it's very grand inside. And I'm just about to go have a look. When you visit the St. Anne Church, don't forget to visit separate bell tower, which overlooks Castle Square and gives excellent view of Warsaw. It is definite highlight and should not be missed. There are 150 steps though and no elevator, but trust me, views are really worth it. And when you look at the beautiful views of Warsaw, I hope you're enjoying this video. I would like to remind you, please don't forget to like it, subscribe to my channel, and leave some little comments, because YouTube algorithm promote the interactive videos. And if you even put just a little smiley in comments, I really appreciate it. Thank you in advance. So, remember when I said that you shouldn't go in town, old town, going out? This is the Royal Mile. If you just keep going all the way to the end, so all action is going on there. Do you see the sign? No consumption of alcohol, beverages and beer. So Polish don't even consider beer and alcohol then. So what I think about Old Town, Stare Miasto in Warsaw, it's beautiful, but obviously it's not Old Town. During Second World War, it was completely destroyed. Only 10% of it survived. So all of this building has been rebuilt. So they're really new. They just been recreated as in exactly the same style as they were before. The only difference, when they build them, they of course put all the modern communication. They have toilets, bathrooms and stuff like that, which is good for people who live there now, because in the places where the old buildings still survive, they have to redo it inside, and some of them create a lot of problems. So they are old from outside, looking like Old Town, but they're quite nice and modern. Well, if they've been built after the Second World War straight away, kind of modern. And it's really nice, and you don't actually feel that this is all new. I do feel like I'm in a very, very old town. It's time to walk down the Royal Route, which begins at Warsaw's Castle Square and runs south down Krakowskie Przedmieście, the one of the best-known streets of Warsaw, surrounded by many historical monuments and churches. This man, the statue to this man behind me, is a Polish national hero. I forgot his name, I will put here on the screen, but even if I would remember, I probably wouldn't be able to pronounce it. But the thing is, because Poland been occupied by so many different nationalities, in Austrian and Russians and Germans, all of them try to discourage them to speak Polish, and they all try to bring their own language there. And thanks to that man, who did a lot of poetry and a lot of books on Polish, the actual Polish language survived all those wars and all those occupations. So now he's a national hero here. There are a lot of churches in Warsaw, but according to my tour guide, not all of them are real churches. For example, like this one behind me, they were built just to show off their wealth. What happened is, you know, like now, people who've got money, they go to Dubai, they take private jet, buying expensive watches, handbags, film it, photograph it, put on Instagram, look, I'm considerably richer than you. Well, this is what they used to do back then. They used to build churches. Most of them are Catholic. They're very lavish inside, a lot of gilding, because the bigger, the more lavish church with a lot of gold you build, the richer you are. Right behind me is a school, School of Art and Science, and this is where Marie Curie used to work to make some money because she wanted to go to Sorbonne University, and she used to work here as a science teacher because she had access to the library and the lab here, and she can study some more for the future. As we know, she was a Nobel Prize winner in physics. But this is not only the one thing. Her oldest daughter was a Nobel Prize winner for the medicine. Her youngest daughter, she didn't win a Nobel Prize, but she was married to Nobel Prize winner. So this is the only family ever in the world who had so many Nobel Prizes. A lot of building work going on, so I hope you can hear me. If not, I just do the voiceover. This is Hotel Europe, European Hotel, and this one is the Hotel Bristol. This one is a Hotel Bristol. This is the two most expensive and most lavish hotels in Warsaw. They've been built in early 1900s when the Industrial Revolution happened, and a lot of rich people, a lot of people from everywhere like Russia, Austria, Germany was coming here, sign contract, so they all needed a place to stay. So first, this European hotel was built, and now it's considered as a celebrity hotel. A lot of celebrities, a lot of musicians who come to Warsaw stays here. And this one is a Bristol hotel. It was built afterwards because there was not enough space for everyone in the hotel across the road. And here it's more like a royal hotel. Royal family, ministers and all the politicians stay here. Presidents who come to Warsaw, they all stay here. Okay, all this building work is a bit of annoying. As you can see, this is the Hermes shop, and it's right opposite the Bristol Hotel. And a couple of years ago, one of the Saudi sheikh came in here with all his wives, and this is the first time ever in the history of the shop they had a huge queue, which you could actually see from outside. A lot of people went there because of his wives, because they tried to buy something else, and a lot of people was wondering what is this queue for and joined it. Hotel Bristol at night looks really nice. So let me know in the comments which one you prefer, European or Bristol. Well, this is a Chopin bench. If you press a button here, music coming out, but you can't hear it in here because it's very quiet. And obviously the bloke playing saxophone there, and all you can hear is him. But when I keep walking to the Krakowskie Przedmieście to show you where is all the nightlife going on, I will tell you a story of this composer, Chopin. Well, he's actually not Polish, he's French. His mom and dad was French, but he was born in Poland. He was born only 6 kilometers from Warsaw. This is why Polish and Warsaw people think that it's theirs. He was living here until he was 20 years old, and then he moved to France, to Paris, because he wanted to make a career and obviously make more money. But he was a real genius. He started to play piano at 3 years old, and at 6 he already was giving concerts and charity events, because of course they knew that he's already at this age very good pianist, and people give more money to the children, even then in 1800s. So yes, he didn't start to compose until I think 9 years old. So Chopin, he died very young at the age of 39 and was buried in France, but his heart was brought here and buried in this church. So I wanted to go have a look, but unfortunately there is a service now and no visiting during the service, and I don't think I will have a chance to go again. But yes, his heart, Chopin's heart, is here in the Warsaw, in that church. So that church, which is called Church of Holy Cross, was completely destroyed, or almost completely destroyed. And paintings like this, which is Bernardo Bellotto, this is obviously just a photograph, original painting is a museum, was used to completely rebuild the church. And if you look here, and if you look here, except those steps, it's virtually identical. Statue of Copernicus, but he's never was in Poland, and he's never did anything related to Poland except that he was Polish. And when they build this building, which is Academy of Science, they need someone related to Polish, you know, so they choose him, Copernicus. Because it's right in the center, there's a lot of five-star hotel here. So this one, and some more expensive Sofitel. I don't know if it's five-star hotel or not, but looking more like a Soviet government building. But no, it's a Sofitel hotel. And now we're going across, and I try not to get knocked down by the car, because I'm coming to the monument of unknown soldier for the First World War. And this monument actually survived, and Nazis kept that monument because it was done for unknown soldiers in the First World War, And I don't know if you know this fact or not, but in the First World War, Poles actually fight on the German side because they wanted a freedom, and they thought if they join Germans first, get the freedom, if Germans take over, and then German will allow them to be free. But we all know how it all happened. Germans lost. So when Nazis was here, they decided to keep it because they said a lot of Poles, they were our brothers in that war and they were on our side, so we will keep it. And they did not destroy it. That building is a Palace of Culture and Science, built in 1955. But does it remind you anything? Yes, it's look identical to Seven Sisters in Moscow because it's been given as a present by Stalin to people of Poland, social people of Poland. Well, it's not like they had a choice, accept it or not. But they did think that this maybe when he said he's going to build the building here, it's going to be a church. But we all know Stalin wasn't into the churches. So now it's the tallest building in Warsaw. They're a little bit debating about it because a lot of them saying that this is ugly, that this is not really nice, and it's sort of a symbol of socialism. But there is nothing wrong. It's actually a really beautiful building. And this is a part of history. And really, if you take into the history and what's happened with those buildings really deeply, all those buildings was a copy of Empire State Building in America. When Stalin saw them, he fell in love with them and he wanted to create something like this, but even grander. So now Poland has a building like this, and you can say it's a ninth sister, because one more building like this in Riga. Watch my video about Riga. I showed that building there. In Riga it was built in 1949. And this is, we can call, eighth sisters of Stalin's buildings. And they have a viewing platform on top. And I'll go have a look. Palace of Culture is in a new area, surrounded by the modern skyscrapers. There's a building site here as well. It's a lot of building going on, a lot of roadworks, because Warsaw now become more popular with tourists, and Mayor of Warsaw decides to, well, tighten up and make it look nicer for the tourists, which is nice, but not if you're a tourist, because the noise. Oh no, actually it's not a building site. It's not a building site. It's some sort of sport event or something. All the Tallinn's skyscrapers, they're all very lavish inside. So I wonder if it's the same trend here. Well, I don't know why, but they said to me I'm not allowed to film inside. I don't know what kind of secrets they have there in the Academy of Science. He said, no, you can't film. Well, it's not really anything amazing there, but I was quite surprised. What is this with all these ex-Soviet countries when they're not allowed to film anywhere inside? Like it's some sort of secret. Don't know. Same as in Russia. In so many buildings inside they don't let you film for no reason whatsoever. Oh, there you are. I was in the wrong entrance. I was moaning about, man, don't let me film. But still, it says there was a museum. So this is the palace. Looks so much like those buildings in Moscow. I should have brought my sticker and stick this on this wall. Holiday Addict sticker. They quite scrapped up on the money on the decoration here. It's not as grand as all other Stalin's buildings, but still beautiful, quite impressive. So what I think it's really worth £5. You go to the 30th floor, overall it's 32, and it's really fast, that elevator. I can still feel in my ears. And now I have to walk for 15 minutes to one, well, apparently it's really cool place. It's a museum, and I talk about this a little bit more when we get there. It's called Melt Museum. But apparently it's all the art, all the lights and installations. So we'll see if I like it or not. I think I do. I like everything. I like everything as long as it's not going to work. You know what they say? It's better to have a bad day on holiday than a very good day at work. You see these old 60s buses? They're actually here for the trips. They're doing city side, quirky tours around the Warsaw. I see lots of them full of people from Old Town. Fully cover up this teeny tiny car. I wonder what is underneath. Looks antique, like 70s, early 80s antique. So again, as I said previously, a lot of constructions going on. To me, it's a good sign. If they do all this, it means they've got money. It means the economy doing much better. Because I haven't seen anything in England fixed for a very long time. On my road, I've been living there for 16 years. They haven't fixed the road once in 16 years. And if I'm telling you how much we pay for council tax, you will be shocked. Very Soviet-looking building. In this area is quite a lot of mixed, old and new. This is all look like a new apartment blocks, more modern, casino. Okay, maybe I'm old, maybe I don't understand something, but why? Can you please tell me why people do this? Look at this building behind me. It's really lovely, and it's all covered in graffiti. You see this a lot in Italy. I mean, look how lovely this building is. And suddenly, on the bottom, all covered in graffiti. Just visited this place. It's called Melt Museum, and it cost 49 zlotys to get in. And I let you to judge What do you think? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Is this place cool or not?
But a digital monk, a journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. Immerse into artificial dreams and enjoy.
Well, this is the thing how I look.
Dare to dream beyond the organic.
Just had my food in this restaurant, and you can see what's the difference is between Old Town and here. Huge meal with large beer was only 57 zlotys. So this is a nice part of the city to come and browse around. And also if you want to have a good food, cheap food, this is the area to get it, because a lot of Polish themselves, a lot of locals eat in this area. And even I just walked past one of the restaurants which serve pierogi, and the difference is in Old Town I paid 45 zlotys for only 5, and here you pay 20, 27 for 10. And probably there will be better quality as well, because it was full and a lot of locals there. So yes, come down here, check out Stalin's building, walk around, visit museum and have a meal. My hotel was in the Praga district, and it was about 30 minutes walk from the old town, which give you an opportunity to see the real Warsaw and the district you probably won't see if you are not staying in this area. So Praga district is just an ordinary street, ordinary city, and this is where my hotel is. There, just there behind the trees is a hotel. I did say originally that it's really far to walk, and it is, but look, right here is right there is a tram, just there is a tram stop. And it's only 2 stops from here. It takes really quick, like 5 minutes to get to the old town, and it's less than £1 to get there. So overall, not too bad. Also, there is a shop right next to it, and Thai Vietnamese restaurant. So you can actually grab the food right here next to it for a lot cheaper than in old town. The walk takes you to the banks of Warsaw rivers. It was modernized and improved dramatically in the last decade, and now it's not only popular for walking, running and cycling, but also full of bars, cafes and restaurants, particularly in the warmer months, plus parks and leisure spaces. On the way from the river banks to the old town, you can't miss the Warsaw University Library. Even though every TikToker call it hidden treasure, it's not really hidden. It's listed in the top 10 places to see in every guide and really worth to pop in. It's a free to enter, lovely small garden located on the top of the roof of the library. Opened in 2002, the roof garden is divided into two parts, upper and the lower part, which are joined by a cascading stream. Walk around the park, enjoy the views, which are beautiful from the top of the roof. So they have all this writing on the walls in the library. I don't know what all this means. If you do, let me know in the comments. By the way, they have a toilet there for free. So yes, gardens on the roof of Warsaw University Library, really worth a visit. This is the university itself. Beautiful park, right in the middle of the city. If you remember, I said to you about the nightlife here. It's not an old town, so I come almost to the end of the Royal Mile, and I'm keep going forward to that place which we have been told all the action going on. It's not like I'm going out tonight, no. Tomorrow I'm flying home, so I'm gonna have an early night, but I do fancy to have one more beer before I go back to my hotel. So as I've been told, past this traffic light, all the bars, restaurants, nightclubs, everything going on there, or you just listen and street artists, and they are everywhere. And of course a lot more restaurants here. You can sit outside, you can sit inside. A lot of shops. Unfortunately, I can't do any shopping because I'm traveling without luggage with my backpack. It's quite full. So no shopping for me this time. But I did treat myself to another magnet. This place has a really good vibe and restaurants look really good. The only problem is that road. So you sit, have nice meal, and you have a buses going past you. But still, you wouldn't spoil my dinner. This is what I mean. Nice restaurants, nice place. Set about buses. There's another one. At least they are quiet. Music loud, there's a lot of people here, and this is Wednesday night. Going famous on Wednesday night out. I know you say, no, it's a capital. Still, I've never seen a place so busy on Wednesday nights. Look. All restaurants behind me, they're all full. Maybe something to do with affordability. It's quite cheap to go out. Cheap to drink, cheap to eat. Look, all places, all full. They also have a lot of hidden places. A lot of bars. Look. There's a lot of places here. My God, roadwalks everywhere. Here as well. Oh. But I think I'm done for today. I'm gonna find a nice place to sit down, have one drink before I go, and bed. I have planned some things for tomorrow as well, because my flight's only 5 in the evening, so I have some things to do. I will have a chance, I already have a plans. So, good night for today. So, Praga district has nothing to do with the Praga city, and there was a time when it was one of the most dangerous places in Warsaw. In 90s there was a lot of drug taking, drug selling, but they did clean it up and recreate a lot of spaces for cafes, and here's a Vodka museum which used to be a factory. And it's a very popular place now to come and hang around in the evening. Obviously it's very quiet now, there's nobody there because it's only not even 10 o'clock in the morning. I left my hotel earlier today. It's quite easy to find the Vodka museum, but I'm trying to walk around the district because apparently there are a lot of places with great art, but I can't find it because there is no exactly specific location. I left hotel earlier, so it's very quiet when I walk around here because I'm going to see palace, and then it's time to go in airport and go home. It's very loud here with kids though. You cannot be in Poland and don't try Polish vodka. Behind me is a vodka museum. It's not open until 11, and I'm not going to visit it because obviously I was in a vodka museum in Russia and you can't show me anything I haven't seen. But It's very interesting place to go and see, and you also have 3 types of vodka included in your tickets, so it's a little tasty as well. There are actually a few museums around. Here is one behind me, which is Museum Fantasy. I don't know, you can check it out what it is. Maybe if you're interested, you can come in. All those museums you have to pay. I don't know if they have any free entry any day, but you can check out some link which I leave in description and see if they include it in the free one. And this is my last stop before I leave Warsaw, Museum of Jan III Palace at Wilanow. Entry to this palace is free every Thursday, but the only downside of free entry is that all school and students' trips happens on this day, so you have to put up with a lot of kids around. Unfortunately, from here not a great view because it's all covered by tents. I think there's going to be some sort of concert here. What always surprised me about all these manor houses and palaces, how small the rooms are. It must have been created to keep the heating in the winter. Easy to heat up small rooms. I opt out for the audio guide this time, but there's everywhere information you can read about what are you looking at. I can do with a cupboard like this for my holiday plates. You know, when we walk around all these palaces like this, we're all wowing how lavishly decorated they are, how beautiful they are. But if you do this in your own house, people will say, oh, it's horrible, how gorgeous this is. Is that a double standard, or it's a fashion? Nice steps. So much effort people used to put in all these decorations and small details. Don't forget to look under your feet. There are hidden treasures there. All these empty frames symbolized of lost art during World War II from this museum. So, I'm wearing glasses again, it's really sunny. I just seen the palace of King Jean III, and it was good, it was nice. But the problem I have, when you've seen so many palaces, they all start looks the same unless they have some sort of specific wow factor. And I think here the wow factor is not inside, it's outside. They have very beautiful gardens. Unfortunately, a lot of flowers already stop flowering because it's September. I'm sure if you come here and pick, all these roses looks amazing. Looks like they're going to have some sort of light festival because all of this, even grounds, all these trees, everything covered in lights. So it's obviously in the evening, they're going to be all beautifully lit up. So I'll clear a little bit about all that, some empty frames there. Over 300 paintings are still missing, and not only paintings, there's a lot of cabinets and a lot of valuable which has been taken in the Second World War by Nazis. They were very, very keen because it's very valuable, but unfortunately a lot of paperwork been destroyed or obviously hidden and lost. It's very difficult for museum and Polish government to prove that certain kind of painting used to belong to them, even if they know where it is and where this painting is. They have to actually prove that it's been taken to take it back. So there you are, is a lot of valuables still missing from this museum. Well, these two statues on some sort of very small pier. I presume before they used to have like a little boat here where they can spend the time on the water. Because as you can see, I am right opposite the palace. Palace is right there. Gardens. So they probably come out when they wanted to spend some time outside. Probably have some rowing boat. Sounds like a nice way to spend an afternoon. These lakes are huge. Look how far it's going. All the way there. And it's so nice and fresh in here. I was very surprised how hot it is in September. I mean, today is the 19th of September. It's really, really hot. So I have a little walk around, see if anything interesting I can find, but this is my last stop in Warsaw. After this, I'm going to airport and I'm going home. So what I think about Warsaw? I want to say thank you to Mystery Holiday to voucher £99 because Warsaw never was on my radar and I saw it and it's lovely. I've been in Poland now several times and every time I cannot fault it. I love it, everything. Food, culture, I love the museums, the cities are beautiful and it's very, very cheap. Me being properly cheapskate or budget traveler, it's great. What you can buy in the restaurant, the quality of food for the price is amazing. So, if you don't know where to go next time on your break, you have a weekend away and you cannot decide where to go, put Warsaw on your map. You won't be disappointed. And also, what's a good thing about it? It's not big tourist destination yet. Not yet. Not like Gdańsk or Krakow, it's not there yet. Which means museums not overcrowded, parks not overcrowded. I really enjoyed it. Thank you, voucher, for sending me here. So, taking my little... I'm traveling with a small backpack, taking it now. And bye-bye car, bye-bye Warsaw. Okay, that's it. Just dropped my car and I'm gonna walk down to the airport terminal. So, should you rent a car if you come to Warsaw? Normally if I go on a city breaks, I don't. Because like now, I only use car 3 times to get from airport to hotel, back from hotel to airport and castle. But the rent was only £12 for whole 3 days. And I did pay 28 zlotys for petrol, and they asked me pay 50 zlotys in the hotel for parking. I don't know if I was lucky or I cheat or they cheat. They said the 50 zlotys a day. I paid 50 for the first day and then I never paid, just they let me out. So it's give me freedom. So I like it. And castle today I've seen, I wouldn't visit it if I didn't have a car, because it's quite far from the old town and it's a completely opposite way from the airport. So I wouldn't be able, to visit it, didn't have the time. So yes and no. If you're very confident, it's very cheap. It's not really financial decision, it's just a freedom decision. I will say yes, but otherwise you don't really need a car in the city because traffic and everything, even though Warsaw has virtually no traffic and the roads are very good, very easy to follow. I didn't get lost once, which is say something. I always get lost. I'm not very good with Google Maps. So bye bye Warsaw. Let's go to the airport and fly home, back to reality next week, back to work.